Coach, let's talk about game 1 first. Let's think. It seems like a long time ago.
I can't remember that. We played it earlier tonight?
Yeah, that was seemingly forever ago in the 4 o'clock start. Coach, that game started out kind of a mixed bag for the Hodags there, as it was kind of a evenly matched pitchers duel for at least the first couple of innings, where both sides had maybe gotten a couple base runners, but nothing really went across until the Hodags finally were able to plate some runs in the 3rd inning. 4 scored that inning. Mara Meyer was your starting pitcher, had an excellent game. Talk about Mara Meyer a little bit, her effort tonight in game 1.
She's just a great pitcher. When she's on, when she's on, very few teams hit her because she's not overly fast, but she throws spots, and then when she does throw a rise ball, it's quicker, and they have a hard time hitting her. They really do. Yeah, she does a great job when she's in there.
And she hit her spots well, striking out 13, only walking 1. Allowed 2 runs, only 1 was earned. Talk about that as well, and how she's able to locate her pitches, and what she does to get those strikeouts.
Well, it comes from hard work. She worked so hard this year in the gym in the off season, and and she knew she's not an overpowering pitcher, so we had to work on location, and she just did that. And she doesn't have to throw a strike unless she really has to. We just work in and out and up and down and a changeup, and she's just one of those pitchers that can do that. She can hit spots.
Coach, you were able to score a lot of runs based on some Medford errors. They had 5 errors in that first game that allowed you to get some runs in there. They had some walks, some advancements, some wild pitches. Is your team opportunistic? Talk about that aspect of the game.
Well, we were tonight. Medford's kind of down this year. I kind of feel bad for Virgil. He's got a really young team, and they got one of those years where, like that first game, I think that center fielder, that one get between her legs, and we scored 4 runs. If she did catch that, we probably wouldn't have any. So, but we got the hits and we hit the ball hard, and they made the errors and we got the runs. So that's fine.
Coach, let's move on to game 2, a little bit more fresh in our minds. And this one we saw Katie Burrell on the mound for the Hodags go the distance. Talk about her as your number 2 pitcher.
Oh, I like Katie Burrell. She's a lot quicker than Mara. She's a different kind of pitcher. She's a drop ball pitcher, and she's a little bit faster than Mara. She probably doesn't have quite the location that Mara does, but it's just a different aspect. If we can work them like both of them in one game, it really makes a difference. The slow curveball stuff, and then you get a fastball, drop ball person. It makes a big difference. But this is the first time she's thrown a complete game since probably summer ball last year. So she did a good job.
Coach, how does that affect the pitcher after pitching so many innings in a game like tonight, having not gone the distance like you said? Is that going to wear on her? Is that going to make her unavailable later on, or is she just going to be fine for the next game?
No. If we play tomorrow, they'd both be ready to go. It's not like baseball. It's a different. They say it's a natural. I know when I used to pitch, you could pitch 30 innings in a day if you had to. Your arm just doesn't seem to get sore. So no, that's not a problem with fast pitchers. For softball.
Let's talk a little bit about Medford in that second game. A couple times he had a 10-run lead, thought maybe the game was over, but Medford just kept scratching, crawling, trying to get on base, trying to get ladies on, and they scored runs.
Yeah, they battled. I told Coach, I said, you got something to look forward to. And they bunted well too. You wouldn't think they would bunt when they were down by 7, 8, 9 runs, but they did, and just to get base runners on, they did that very well. And they battled it at the end. They got a couple big hits when they needed them, and just kept the game going.
Coach, let's talk about your offense in game 2. You jumped out right away by drawing some walks, a hit batter, again taking advantage of some errors and some wild pitches, getting on base, scoring runs. You scored a bunch more in the 4th, a big 5-run inning there. Talk about those innings and how that helps.
Well, it's just nice to get the big hits when we have to and come through. The big innings are nice. That makes life a lot easier. So I can't remember. We had so many people running around. I can't even remember the game hardly. So
one person you probably remember well is Riley Ashenbrenner in game 2, knocking in 4 runs. She had a single and a run scored in the 1st. She had a double and a run scored in that 5th, knocking in a run there, knocked in 2 in the 6th. Talk about her as a freshman, the effort, what she brings to this team.
Oh, she's dynamite. We didn't know if we should bring her up for sure or not, but in the gym she was hitting the balls like crazy, and we just decided to bring them up. And the last 3 games now, she was really hot at the beginning. The last 3 games she hasn't hit really hard. She had some good sacrifices, so we just said it's time to start again, and tonight she did. She just ripped the cover off it, which was great.
Coach, tonight you got 2 wins against a conference foe, despite a foe that's like you said, down a little bit this year. It's still 2 conference victories tonight. How does that help your team as the season goes forward?
Oh, they're really happy with this. I mean, I can't remember the last time we were 6-1 in the conference. Any conference. I mean, we won the Valley back in '94, and I don't think we were 6-1 in the conference. But it's a good feeling, and the girls are all fired up. And we'll go into Wausau West Monday. It'll be a good test for us and see what we're really made of.
And we're going to look ahead at that. We said Medford's got a tough schedule coming up. They're in the midst of it. You kind of got a tough schedule coming up too. You play Monday at Wausau West, and that makeup game rescheduled from April 20th. And then you have Pines at home, and then you take on DC Everest on Thursday, and then you go to Mosinee for a doubleheader on Friday. So a lot of games coming up next week.
Big games. I mean, even the Valley. I mean, they're in our regional. So if we can win those, we have a chance to host a tournament game. Maybe. We'll see. We got to beat those guys. And Eagle River, never take them for granted. I mean, they can come up with. They beat us once last year. So we're gonna have to be ready. But it'd be nice to beat Eagle River and go into Mosinee with the conference probably on the line. I don't know how they did against Tomahawk tonight, but that'd be fun going down there for that.
Coach, final thoughts about either of the games tonight?
Well, I'm just happy that we won. Like I told the girls, this is probably ones we should have won. Because we knew Medford was down. And they've been kind of. Mosinee beat them in 5 innings a couple of times, and Tomahawk beat them pretty bad. So, but I was just happy that the girls didn't get complacent, and say, well, we should rip me. They didn't. They played hard. They came out. They even had an attitude warming up where they were all business tonight. So it was a good thing.
All right, a good thing indeed is the Hodags sweep Medford in the doubleheader tonight. Coach, good luck as the season progresses, and we'll be in touch.
Okay, thanks.